So, Mr. Browell, there is ample evidence of your endeavours and enterprises of the decision maker to further harm and target me. All right, and the problem you're having is that I'm a very intelligent person, as you would agree with, and the fact that I can see through your lies and bullshits, and I'm here to hold you to account, and you're failing at each step. And this is why we're in this situation in May, June of 2023, because you've just failed in everything. You had failed in getting the court protection issue because I had presented you with an independent mental capacity assessment, and you bought off the judges. So you're in the decision maker, the local authority, are making considerable time, effort, and resources in order to particularly target me and my brother. So when you say to me that, oh, I'm not aware that there's any malevolence taking place, well then, sir, that I say to you that you are deliberately acting with you are deliberately being intellectually dishonest with yourself and with me. You are being intellectually dishonest because you can see, any objective person can see what's happening here. Since August of your involvement, only last year, and I know the fact that you've been involved in this case since October 2021 when my mum was alive, but particularly from August last year, you have witnessed this happen. You had been instructed to come down in October because of a safeguarding alert raised by the Housing Association, which could not have happened because the gas safety inspectors under penal notice were not allowed to carry out the inspection, because I saw through that bullshit. Okay, my nieces and nephews, my niece and my brother, they attempted to gain access to raise false flag alerts. That all failed miserably. All right, you've subsequently instructed the Judge Wilcox and the courts to get capacity assessment. That's all failed miserably. So how can you say to me now at this stage that there is no malevolence taking place? How can you simply say that?
What I'm saying is, at this moment in time, I'm not aware of any orders in place now. I think that was part and parcel of trying to assess Talib's capacity. As far as I'm aware now that the court order's in place, I don't think it's the cases of particular interest with regards to any kind of machinations or anything like that. I'm not aware that it was before, but I'm certainly not aware of anything at the moment. I think.
But is it not correct that at this moment in time, because of your contact with myself and your limited remit, that if there was any machination or ill will or ill intention or malevolence, you would not be made aware of it, would you?
I probably won't, but
yes.
I don't. I'm the one who's having to kind of seek any advice and kind of a way to move forward from the local authority side. So I don't think, before it was, I was kind of. It wasn't me who was having to seek that advice. It was kind of there were regular meetings and things like that, and now that isn't the case. Whether that's because the court order's now in place, so it's kind of like, well, the order's there in place. There's two main issues. From my side, the way I see it is that I'm not able to see Talib, and also he's got a lot of money in appointeeships, and he's not getting access to that for whatever reasons, depending on your perspective. So that's pretty much what the situation is from my point of view, and that's all I'm party to. And I don't think there's anything more to it, really.
Well, thank you for that summary. You've mentioned the fact that there were previously lots of meetings going on. There's nothing outstanding right now, and those previous meetings have resulted in a situation where my brother Talib there's no resolution brought to my brother Talib. Those previous meetings have not resulted in you meeting my brother Talib, or previously resulted in my brother getting access to any money, have they? My brother's not got any access to any money, particularly since we were made homeless in February 2021. All right, so that's not happened. So all those meetings that you've had are resulted in nothing, but they have, the reason that nothing is presently ongoing is because you've exhausted all your avenues. There is nothing else to exhaust, is there? The only way that you're going to be able to progress things is if you put in a false flag artificial contrivance that my brother's health and safety is in danger and you need to take steps. So you're sitting on the back benches waiting for this to happen, and it's not happened as yet. And I'm sure the decision makers scratching their heads is like, well, we've taken away all this guy's money, we've not given him access to any healthcare services. How is he still doing this? So you're effectively.
The thing is that I don't, there's a similarity to compare to the situation with your mum and things like that, and I don't know the full details of that. You've explained a lot about that. I don't think that's similar issue there with Talib. I don't think that there is any kind of, whether there has been in the past, that kind of end goal to separate you and Talib. I myself think that you're the best carer for Talib. You're his brother. You should be together. You should be able to support him with his money and finances and everything else. I don't think that there's any other kind of anything else. It would be more problematic, and it wouldn't be in Talib's best interest. And I think that's kind of understood. As far as I'm aware, that's just understood now.
But Mr. Browell, personally, on a personal note, that I'm highly emotionally moved on the fact that you've actually said that to me, that you believe that I'm the best person for Talib. That I don't think you've ever said that to me before. And as a representative, and I know that's your personal opinion, but obviously that is an opinion that must be shared by the council, because obviously you've not met my brother Talib, you've not met me since October. We've had one interaction where we've met physically, where you've come down, but you have then equally concluded the fact that I'm the best person for my brother, and that I'm obviously thank you for that. That is like a very positive. That's a very positive move on your part to recognize that I am his best. I am the best person for him, because unfortunately my brother has no other family other than myself now. Obviously he's got other siblings, but they're all nefarious and working as proxy agents for you, the council. He's got a vulnerable sister that also cares and loves him, but she herself is very ill and has mental health problems in Oldham. So yes, I am the best person for this post. But in the absence, when you said that nobody's trying to separate us now, but can you understand, Mr. Browell, I have to take into the context of all the things that have been happening. You, the local authority, have tried to remove me from my mother's life, and have achieved that through a court order from a high court judge. And this was not just a district judge Beckley. This was a very senior judge in the high court, Mr. Justice Cobb and Mr. Justice Cohen, who have saw it fit to make me and my brother effectively make us homeless, denied me access to my mother at the height of the pandemic. So yes, previous attempts have been made, and all I'm trying to state is that a concerted effort has been made, not today, not in the month of May, not in the month of April maybe, or not even in the month of maybe, but in the month of prior to January, the meeting in January, I think the January the 12th, prior to January the 12th, 2023, and particularly from August 2022, a very concerted effort has been made to have me removed from my brother Talib's life. That effort has been made, and that effort is a continuation of the concerted effort that had been made in August, September, and October 2018, when my brother Talib was abducted from my care and put into Linfield Manor Hospital under a mental health section, and you were denying me access to see my brother, and Vicina Brown was pursuing litigation action to have me removed as nearest relative, and you were saying the fact that there was allegations being thrown around that I may have been abusive to my brother. So there was a concerted effort in August, September, and October to remove me from my brother's life. That all abysmally failed. In December, my brother was discharged into my services. On the 12th, I believe, or the 15th of December 2018, when my brother Talib was discharged into my services from the hospital, the Care Trust, you, the local authority, had instructed West Yorkshire Police to get in touch with Greater Manchester Police to antagonise us and try to do a welfare check then. So there has been a concerted effort, I would argue, from 3rd of August 2018 until the 12th of January 2023 to remove me. All that has failed. So there has been a concerted effort to remove me from my brother Talib's life. Now at this stage, the local authority have to take into consideration the murder of my mother, all the other things, all the other shenanigans that have been happening, and the fact that there is no other avenue for the local authority to explore. You cannot explore the avenue of having my brother placed into my brother Adalat's care. Alright? That obviously may be on the book still, but there's nobody else. My sisters in Bradford will not take care of my brother Talib. My niece will not take care of my brother Talib when she would not even take care of her own disabled brother. Adalat is not fit for purpose. I've made allegations against him. So unfortunately for you, and very fortunately for my brother, there is no one else that is going to take on the caring responsibility for my brother. You alternatively would have to then put him into a care home and at a cost which is obviously not in my brother's interest, and you've attempted to do that in October, November 2018 when you had him in your care and custody. That all failed because you recognize that he has capacity, and he said that he does not want to go into a care home. Subsequently, in April 2019, Vicina Brown has interviewed my brother, established that he has mental capacity, and he has stated that he wants to be with my sister. So he himself, having mental capacity, which you have recognized, knows the fact that he does not want to go into institutionalized care. All right, so that's not an option open to you. You cannot remove me as they normally do, remove the head of the household to replace me with someone. You've got no one to replace me with. So therefore, we're in the situation where you are left with no other avenue but to state that presently we feel that he's in the best place because you're caring for him. Can you understand that you, the local authority, over the 5 or 10 years, have done everything in your power to negate that? So now you've got no other option but to say, presently we feel that he's in the best care, in your care and custody. But then, can you try to resolve this for me? How can it be that he's in the best care and custody when the person that's caring for him has been criminally convicted of defrauding him finances and sent to prison? How do you comport with that?